standing for the national anthem. That marks the end of the 55th graduation ceremony of Kenyatta University. Please remain standing as the mess bearer leads the Chancellor's procession from the ceremonial dais. Ahead of the mess is the administration police band. Yes, the Chancellor's procession exiting in the opposite way of entry. The mess bearer, Chancellor flanked by the Chairman of the University Council and Vice Chancellor. The representative of the Principal Secretary for Education. Chancellors of other universities. Commission for University Education. Deputy Vice Chancellor of Kenyatta University. Principals of Deputy Vice Chancellors of other universities. Registrars, executive deans of schools, directors of centers, institutes.
End of the graduation ceremony here at Kenyatta University, the 55th congregation has been officially dissolved. And as you've seen there, excitement from the graduates, the new fresh graduates, 3,011 of them who are hitting the streets right about now. I am here joining you back with my co-host for this 55th graduation ceremony. Ladies, Munasemaji.
Yes, I'm Yvonne Kimuva. We are with Salva here. Now, today we have seen the conferment of 59 doctorate degrees and of 502 master's degrees. Indeed, it is a joyous occasion as we witness the conferment of these very well-earned degrees here, right here.
So Dr. mpenzi mtazamaji, kumbuke kwamba pia kumekuwa na mahafali zaidi ya 70 kutoka mataifa 14. Inasikika huko?
Nasikika kabisa.
Naam, kunradhi mpenzi mtazamaji. Na kumbuka kwamba pia kuna mahafali zaidi ya 70 ambao wanatoka kutoka mataifa 14 tofauti, mpenzi mtazamaji, na nikuregeshe kwake Richard kuendeleza.
All right, as you've heard there, those are 3,011 graduates. 72 of them are coming from 14 countries, which means Kenyatta University is a ground for international students, education that goes beyond the borders of the Republic. Right here, 3,000 graduates, fresh of them hitting the streets. Of course, as you said earlier, the theme of this graduation ceremony has been education for prosperity and sustainable development. There have been several submissions from the new chancellor who's just been installed in office this day. There's also the Vice Chancellor who also gave her words there. And we also saw the chairperson of the council, the Kenyatta University Council, that is Dr. Ben Chumo. Some of those words, of course, resonated with me. And I just did take notes here. For example, Professor Washeke Wanjohi, the acting Vice Chancellor there, congratulating the graduates and highlighting the different opportunities that are there within Kenyatta University and is provided for these graduates, the alumni network that is there. And of course, for current and future students, they've already ensured that graduating international students is a thing that happens every other occasion. This showcases that the standards of education here within Kenyatta University are recognized even outside of Kenya. 55th graduation, that's quite a milestone. And as we've heard there, of course, from the faculty and the students, the valedictorians themselves saying, of course, there have been resources enough to ensure that the education they've received is adequate to ensure the community and the globe at large is getting prosperity and sustainable development. Yvonne.
Yes, definitely indeed. Most of what you've said is true. And as we engage with some of the students yesterday and even today, the graduates, yesterday and even today, we got to hear from them and they're very grateful. Most of them from their time here at Kenyatta University, they confess, they proclaim that at Kenyatta University, they have been able to achieve most of what they wanted to do, if not all. Now, as they set out to this new world after graduation, we wish them all the very best as they set out. My name is Yvonne Kiobuma. Until you, Salma.
All right, Salma.
Nami kwangu mpenzi mtazamaji, sina mengi ya kusema. Naomba tu niwatakie kongole wote waliofuzu na tuombe kila laheri hapa nje wanapotoka. Hatujui atakayokumbana nayo, lakini tunawatakia baraka njema kwa lile watakalopatana nalo hapa nje. Jina langu ni Salma Swaleh.
Right, some of those other, of course, statements that came from Dr. Ben Chumo, an example, the notes, nimekuwa hapo nikisikiza what the faculty is saying, what the valedictorians were saying, of course, happy to be the top students, but also excited for the rest of them who have graduated. It doesn't matter whether it's first class, second class, pass, whether it's a diploma, a master's, PhD, the graduation itself is very momentous. It sounds like the end, but it's just the beginning of yet another exciting journey for them to go out there, create opportunities for the rest of the youth. In his speech, Dr. Ben Chumo, the chairman of the council, emphasized actually and recognized the dedication and hard work of all these graduates from Kenyatta University who are now graduates. He acknowledged the achievements, the results of not just sudden leaps forward, but rather very small, consistent steps within Kenyatta University. And of course, we'll be also getting submissions and a few comments from some of the graduates who are out there. We're currently having them come through to us here so we can hear what is the excitement like, how are their families feeling, what are they prepared to do once they get out there into the world. In relations to the theme, of course, currently the world is facing a lot of issues, from environmental issues for sustainable development to economic issues. We need prosperity. So the big question that the young ones are asking themselves, that the people asking these young people, what have you prepared and how ready are you to face the world? Maybe I could get one comment each from my co-hosts. Yvonne, how do you think, how do you measure or see in terms of the preparedness of the graduates here in relation with the theme, watasaidiaje nchi huko nje? And someone who's been with KUTV, I'm sure you've walked within these halls, seen the students. Do they look ready?
Yes, I believe they are very, very ready. I've engaged with some of them graduating from the School of Law and Media and Mass Communication. Some of them were my previous classmates as I now await for my graduation coming this December. And hopefully, so for me, I can say at Kenyatta University, we get to get most of the experience we need. I've been a student here at Kenyatta University, and I also practice journalism at the Kenyatta University television station and radio service. So I would say yes, according to the theme of this year's graduation, Kenyatta University, education for prosperity and sustainable development. I believe all the graduates are very ready for the world out there.
Right. Yvonne is prepared for her own graduation very soon, and I've just been informed here by the director that Salma is also part of those people from Kenyatta University. Do you believe these grounds have prepared everyone adequately, and also maybe to reflect on your own journey and your time at KUTV?
Mimi kama mwanafunzi kutoka chuo cha Kenyatta na ninayetarajia pia kufuzu Disemba kama ulivyoambiwa na mwelekezi wetu. Nina matumaini na naamini sana katika chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta na kwamba chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta kina uwezo wa kuwapa watu elimu ambayo itawanufaisha baadaye. Mimi nikiwa mmoja wao, nimesoma katika chuo cha Kenyatta katika kozi ya wanahabari na hivi sasa nafanya wanahabari kabisa. Unaona, sasa naamini kuwa chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta kina uwezo wa kumfanya mtu kwa kile anachokitaka kukifanya. Katika kauli mbiu, naona kauli mbiu hiyo imeendana sawia kabisa na ile mission ya chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta, ambayo kauli mbiu imekuwa ni elimu kwa ustawi na masomo endelevu ya chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta. Mi nadhani hiyo inawezekana kabisa, mpenzi mtazamaji. Kwa hivyo chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta ni mahali ambapo wewe unaweza kujiunga na sisi ukasoma na ukapata kuwa mwenye kujisaidia mbeleni.
Kweli kabisa Sadha. Na kabla tufike Disemba ambapo tutaongea na wewe kabisa, labda tutazungumza na wewe tukiwa pamoja hapa au labda utakuwa upande mwingine nikikuhoji. Nataka kuwakumbusha kwamba yule ambaye anataka kuingia KUTV, hapo nyuma yetu kuna lile bango ambalo tuliongelea earlier that you can come through, do short courses in journalism, in media, in communications right within the television station and get to practice it actually in real time. And one of those people who've been able to do that is right here with us, graduating today. I'm just going to invite her over and then allow Yvonne to do this conversation with me so that we get to hear from the graduate herself how she feels. Bright Kenyatta, please come through with us here. Join us here with Yvonne just right in the middle. I'd like her to go first. Ladies first, of course. I'm sure you're familiar with each other, right?
Yeah. Yes. So first of all, I'd say congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and now for the viewer at home, you can start by introducing yourself and what you're graduating with today.
First of all, my name is Albright Geda, graduating with diploma in film and theatre arts. Yeah.
That's very good. Now, you can tell us, perhaps you've had experience with KUTV previously, right? Perhaps you can tell us how Kenyatta University and KUTV has contributed to your journey in acquiring all the relevant education you needed in acquiring this certificate.
First of all, I'm grateful for Kenyatta University and KUTV at large. Singekuwa hapa kasi KUTV because I did my attachment there for a period of 3 months under the mentorship of Bonnie. Yeah, so I'm very grateful. Imenisaidia as my life as a director, producer. Yeah, I've learned a lot.
Right. Geda, maybe for people who think we are being a bit too serious, how exciting is it to be a student of Kenyatta University in general, even outside of academics?
It's not being too serious. Actually, I thought, like when I was in high school, nilikuwa nadhani this was my dream school. This was my dream school.
Nice.
And then I was like, mimi nitakuja KU nisome nini. I've had fun. I've made friends. I've known people, met people. But I'll like say like I'm my own expectation. Mimi ndo najisetia goals. Mimi ndo najua watu nataka ku prove wrong and right. So I'd say I'm ready for the outside world.
Would you say that's a mentality that KU instills in everyone, that we're quite open-minded like that, not meeting people's expectations by just setting their own goals and going for it?
Yeah, for me it works. It works. It has worked before and it will work again. Yeah, so I guess ukijisetia goals ni wewe. At the end of the day una set goals for Made, for Buddha, but ni wewe, like it's you who is bright. Yeah.
All right. Just a final word as well to other graduates ambao walikuwa na wewe pale, people you've been with in school, and maybe there are some you'd like to give personal shout outs or mention majina zao to congratulate hapa on their behalf.
Okay, to my classmates, I love them. Haingekuwa possible without them. I love y'all so much. Ataka to make it just 3 today. I know some want to make it in December. And then to God, manze. It's
God.
been God. Kumalizia, shout out to my mom, specifically my parents, yeah, but specifically my mom. She's been a big part of my journey. She's made sacrifices. So if she's going to see this, Mom, I love you so much.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Thank you
that's
very much for creating time. And we congratulate you and, of course, the rest of your classmates as well. And for your
Thank you
time
so
for us at
much.
KUTV. It's been lovely to see you also get to the top together with us. Yeah?
Thank you.
All right. Asante sana. I'd request Salma to come back here with us so that we can close it up. The 55th graduation ceremony for the conferment of degrees and the award of diplomas and certificates. It's been an amazing time, of course, streaming this live to you from where it started at 7 a.m. and now it's close to around 1, 2 there. And it's been a great stream. Of course, for those who followed through, if you missed any bits of it, this stream will be available for you later on, KUTV Kenya. You can check it out and see if you had a graduate, if they were mentioned there. If you'd like to leave a comment that we can have a look at even after, please make sure you're getting on that live stream. Salma, kwa sababu wewe ndio hujakuwa na sisi hapa, sijui labda maneno yako ya mwisho about the excitement and generally what the day has been for those who've missed out.
Kwa wale mliokosa sherehe hii ya mahafali ya 55 chuo kikuu cha Kenyatta, ni kujuza tu kwamba sherehe imefana na hafla imekuwa yenye bashasha. Wazazi, mahafali, jamaa na marafiki waliohudhuria sherehe hii walikuwa wenye tabasamu zilizodhihirisha wazi furaha zilizokuwa nyoni mwao kwa kufuzu kwa baadhi ya jamii zao. Na ni hayo tu mpenzi mtazamaji, mimi sina mengi, labda tu nikutakie siku njema na kumbuka kwamba taarifa hizi zimekuja mubashara katika mtandao wetu wa YouTube at
My name is Milka Ngina Wandeto. Tomorrow I'll be graduating with Masters in Business Administration, that is MBA Finance. The journey has not been easy, but one, I want to thank the Almighty God for this far that He has taken me. Second, I will wish to thank my supervisor, who is Dr. Farida Abdallah, for her support, her endless support. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. Third, I would like to thank my spouse and my family for the support that they've given me. The journey was not easy indeed. I can't anticipate about the future, but after graduation, I know there are good tidings outside there waiting for me. And as we say, the sky is not the limit. And according to our 55th graduation theme, it's education for prosperity and education for prosperity and sustainable development. I'll be proceeding for my PhD come September at Kenyatta University. The sky is not just at the lower limits. One, to my fellow graduates, I want to wish them all the best in their endeavors, and I want to congratulate them. The journey was not easy indeed.
Kenyatta University is a wonderful school. It's a wonderful university. My undergraduate, I did it from Moi University. But to be very honest, Kenyatta University is a wonderful university. Very many facilities, very supportive academic staff, the students, and the environment is quite encouraging. Yeah, I'm proud to be associated with this university. Yeah, education for prosperity and sustainable development. Prosperity is very important for everybody. We need to prosper in all areas, in academics, in our health, in our social life, in all aspects of our lives. And therefore, once we prosper, then we're going to have development in our country. So we should not just take education for certificates, but also have in mind that this country requires our input so that it can prosper and even develop it. Now, with my PhD, I plan to do more research especially in the areas of food, because I've discovered that even the least expected foods have good aflatoxins. So I'll be looking at other foods that are commonly consumed to find out whether they have these aflatoxins or not, so that we are informed. Even as we consume these foods, we know what you're consuming, maybe what we need to take, steps we need to take to ensure that we minimize, if you cannot avoid food. My final words, I want to peg what I'm going to say on the theme for this year and what I did. I worked on fish. Fish is not known to have aflatoxin, but I discovered that aflatoxins are present in fish because the fungi that produce aflatoxins were present in the fish that I studied. The commonly consumed ones, the one I mentioned, omena, mbuta, tilapia, and catfish. And we need to be more vigilant, equip the relevant organizations and bodies so that food security is very important, because like we see in our country today, health is so important. When people get sick, they cannot prosper, the country cannot economically grow. So we need to really be on the lookout, vigilant, and we need to increase our surveillance, and especially the issues to do with food security and food safety in terms of what it contains.
My name is Brian Abuka. I'm graduating with Economics and Statistics, second class division. Well, I've not been in Kenyatta University for 4 years. Actually, I've been in Kenyatta University for 6 years now. I joined in 2018, and I thank God I've managed to finish it up. And for the last 6 years, I think that there's 2 years that I was trying to finish up some few units that I decided to add and stuff. The experience has been awesome. I've loved to stay here. I've loved the community that I've been here. But I've been anticipating for this day to graduate and at least get to see the big one. The journey has been tremendous, long one, I say, lots to say. And, but it has been a beautiful experience, being that exposed to the scenario that you have to really work hard, get the charts, get the cards done, get the exams, and attend the classes. It has been a tremendous one. Sooner or later, I may decide to, do now proceed with academics and now do the masters as far as my course is concerned. So I major more specifically into economics, because that's now where my field of study, where I'm majoring in as far as being an entrepreneur is concerned. Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also a photographer part-time. I've got a business that I run. That's the reason why I've been actually here for the last 6 years instead of 4, because I've been trying, manage my business out there. I'm a professional photographer. I run a business studio called Ranky Studios. It's been running since 2019, so I was doing it as part-time. So I'm trying to, finish my school. Just that basically, come get this thing rather than keep on doing what you have to do here in school. Ensure that you have the degree sealed. Ensure you have actually not just because you want to finish, but ensure that it's finished with a best division. You can try as much as possible to get a second as far as your levels are, just make sure you do it, not just because you want to finish, but do it in your level best.
I'm Susan Obobo Adhiambo. I'm graduating with a bachelor's in pharmacy and public health. I joined Kenyatta University in 2019, September, in the School of Nursing, now under School of Medicine. And I can't say it has been easy. It has been mixture of easy and tough, but I'm really glad that I've made it this far. Of course, with constant studies, group discussions, the lecturers were so good, and basically I'll say Kenyatta University has been the best university for me. I wouldn't have chose any other. Yeah. So in the nursing degree, what we do is we do 3 trimesters. Then in the last trimester, we get to go to different hospitals and gain hands-on experience. So first year we went, second year, third year, and my 4th year. So I can basically say I've gained expertise and experience over all those years because of the 3 trimesters that Kenyatta University offers. Yes. Okay, so to the students who are still in class, most especially to the nursing students. I can just advise you to attend all classes as usual, read books, have some group discussions, and just be happy. Yeah, that's thanks.
My name is Christine Masharia. I'm graduating from Kenyatta University with a bachelor's degree in nursing and public health. My experience in KU has been a roller coaster, both in every aspect, socially, academically. I've had a good time. And yeah, I'm really proud to be an alumni of KU. KU is the place to be. KU is the place to be wholesome. The way I've said, in every aspect, socially, academically, mentally, you get to meet people from different backgrounds. It's just a whole experience, actually. Yeah. Education is the key. Education is the key.
My name is Kelvin Ouma, graduating from Kenyatta University with a bachelor's degree in special needs education. Okay, my experience was awesome in KU. KU provided me with whatever facility I needed for learning. First of all, my first day was in 2018, September, and wow, it has been a journey. I'm so excited, I'm so happy, and I thank God. Actually, yes, I was a football player. I used to play for KU Luiru, KU Hardnuts, and apart from academics, Kenyatta University also helps in nurturing talents. I attended so many webinars, so many seminars while in KU, and I can say KU is an all-round institution, creating better people, better working force out there for the betterment of our country. And to anyone who would wish to join a university, KU is the best place to be. Yes. My final word is I look forward for a fruitful tomorrow. May the weather be friendly to us unlike today. And yes, I loved it here, and I would wish to come back again and again.
So welcome to this master class. We'll be talking about nonfiction, reportage, creative nonfiction, and writing. I am Beverly Ocheng. I've been working with BBC Monitoring, which is a part of the BBC, since the start of 2018. I do analysis, a lot of writing, a lot of research, covering mostly sub-Saharan Africa. I know people tend to find sub-Saharan Africa slightly, but it's because we'd be looking at everything south of Mauritania, including Sudan. And this is Mercy Juma, who has been having a very chaotic week. Tell us about it.
Yes, straight from the streets to the Literature Festival. Yes, so my name is Mercy Juma. I'm a journalist, definitely by profession. I work for the BBC and I'm the East Africa correspondent for the BBC. So that's my JD, but I'm based here in Nairobi, but I cover a lot of the region. So I get a lot of assignments all across Africa. The last 2 years, about 2 years, I've been doing a lot of conflict and conflict setting reporting and post-conflict societies as well. Before the BBC, I was at NTV. This is my 6th year at the BBC. And yeah, I'm so happy to have you guys here. And yeah, looking forward to how this goes.
Yeah. So I thought, as part of the introduction, obviously your names, what you do, but I would love to know what is a piece of writing or a book that you have read in the last couple of years that you think has made an impact on you. So just briefly.
Hello, my name is Dennis. I'm a writer and an editor. And the books, okay, there's a number of books, but let me just probably mention 2. The most recent book I read, which was such a glorious book, I recommend it to everyone. It's a book called The Most Secret Memory of Men. It's a fiction book by Mohamed Mbougar, a Senegalese writer who writes really well. So I really like his book. And then the other book it's actually 4 books in part, but of course it's, I think everyone knows this one. It's Elena Ferrante's My Brilliant Friend. Yes.
Hi everyone,
Hi.
My name is Celine Ocharo. I am a psychologist And a book I have read recently is Things They Lost by Okwiri Odwor. It's a fiction story and it's amazing. I read that book twice. I read it the first time, then I was like, no, I have to read it again. And also I stumbled upon Biko's writing, Jackson Biko, and yeah, everything Biko is cool.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
My name is Nomakawe Joho. I am a freelance writer, but a doctor by training. What I
Did you
read
say a
recently,
doctor?
yeah,
By training, okay.
yeah. What I read recently, I think I'll cheat and talk about the articles we read for the masterclass. The article on the female athletes being murdered was, I didn't even know that was a thing. So I was reading out of amazement, but also it was very well written. I enjoyed the article, but I was amazed that something can happen here and I didn't know anything about it.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Yes, I'm Clinton Otieno, a librarian by profession. I happen that I have not read that so much fiction. Yes, it is like I'm new in this now. Yes, it is a new environment for me. Yes, thank you.
That's quite a range, obviously, which is good. And even just being able to see where it is that stories do come out. It could be a story about a region you know, like living in Kenya, and then you see it being published by someone else. And I thought one of the reasons I wanted to share the variety of pieces is to see how it works when it's in the news, which is the sum of the BBC articles, but also how it works in other places where they publish longer fiction or longer nonfiction. Local magazines are not as many. And I think one of the biggest frustrations, even with writers who I know, is they don't get space to be able to expound on something for a long time or obsess over a topic for a long time. But this would be a good space to be able to talk about what is your own exposure to nonfiction, to creative nonfiction, to reportage. What do you want to do with it? How do you structure it? How do you work with it? And how these examples are sort of different ways of thinking about voice, narrative, people. How do you put in factual accounts? Because the most boring part about it is when you have to put the facts in and the research that goes into that and how do you attribute it. So from reading these, what do you think goes into a good nonfiction piece? It's not a test, not like you'll be scored or penalized or anything. It's very open. But what do you think are the elements that go into a very good written piece?
Research.
Sorry?
Research.
Yes. Lots and lots of research.
Money? Oh, wow.
Yes, money. Observation, definitely. I would say time. Just time to be able to get something right. And sometimes I think the balance between, because you've done a lot of breaking news, I tend to have a lot more time to think about things. But the balance between when you need to do something in the now, and then when you need to now build something that resonates with people for a very long time. Many of these are, so the ones I sent, there's one from Granta about what the Wagner Group is doing. That's one thing I've been very obsessed with. Russian mercenaries on the continent. And then there's the one for the athletes, the female athletes who have been, killed and the circumstances under which that has happened. And then there was the one which you'd worked on, Mercy, looking at what famine is doing for people who are trying to flee from the conflict in Sudan. And then recently, or what's happening now, the protests in Kenya. So that balance between what do you talk about the now events, and then how do you build a human picture so that people can feel like they connect to them? And I think I wanted you to come in and talk about how you were able to do that with Sudan.
All right. Yeah, I think telling a non-fiction story, or rather telling news, is, for me, it's like a journey. You just don't, and almost like a never-ending journey, especially when you're talking about things like Sudan, conflicts that are going on and on and on. And today there is really no end in sight to the crisis in Sudan. But it started somewhere. And on the day that it started, when it broke in April 15th of last year, when there was news that there's renewed fighting in Sudan, the two generals are fighting, then that becomes like breaking news. And here, most of the time, we're just dealing with the facts, your 5 W's in H. Yeah, the 5 W's and H, by the way, they follow you everywhere. The 5 W's and H follow you everywhere. So like when Sudan was breaking, it was about the 5 W's and H, basically just telling people out there what's happening. But after day one of reporting about fighting has broken in Sudan, X number of people have been killed, this is what is happening, then you need to move the story forward. And we now start talking about day 2, we start talking about week 2, we start talking about 1 month of fighting, we start going into the first anniversary in April this year, we did 1 year of fighting. And all this time, you must find new stories to tell, yeah? You must continue giving your audiences the snippets of what is happening there. And this is really tricky and still is really tricky for us as journalists because of how hard it is to get into Sudan. Up to today, we are not able to get into Sudan. I know there are a couple